did this year, we tried an amendment, it didn't work. So it's apparent we aren't going to get anything done this legislative session. So don't plan on it for 2016. Whether we're able to, and to be quite honest, you have to look at what this tax is supposed to do. Passing it the year after doesn't accomplish what the bill was for. I mean, the federal government screwed up when they didn't pass it until December 17th. Let's face it, folks. The only people that knew that it was going to pass or that it was in place were people that bought stuff from December 17th until January 1st. They knew it because it passed. And so they maybe went out and bought something during that period of time. If you bought it before that, you were kind of rolling the dice on whether they were going to get it passed or not. And to pass it the year after doesn't incentivize anybody to go out and buy something. So I wouldn't look for it for 2016 because on the state level, because we don't, you know, it's not going to incentivize you. But on the other hand, I don't know how we're even going to put the tax form together to accomplish that. And that's one of the reasons that the Iowa Department of Revenue delayed when you were going to have to file your tax return for the state of Iowa, was because there was no way on the tax form that you were even going to be able to account for, okay, I took this much depreciation or section 179 on my federal return, but I can't do the same on my state return. So how you gonna do your state return? Because it asks what your number is on your federal return. Well, you've got to make an adjustment to your depreciation and your 179. You can't do it on the Iowa return because it's not, wasn't set up to do that. So we'll probably have to come up with a temporary form for next year just in case it doesn't get passed. We're going to have new people in the legislature next year. We already know that. People are retiring, people are not coming back, they're not running for re-election. We don't know. We might get down there and next year they might say, we're going to go ahead and couple and we're going to figure out a way to make it work and we're going to make it retroactive to 2016. But we don't know that. So I think we've got to be prepared in case we don't. But I would like to see it be permanent, but that may not be on the top of everyone's list on what they want to see happen.
The feds have to make their decision on whether that 179 is going to be there early.
Well, they did. They
can't
did
wait
because
till
they made it
December
permanent.
17th.
It's permanent now.
But
So they've already made that
Wasn't it 2
decision.
years ago that, I mean, it was later than it was this year as far as the federal government's part goes.
It's been annually done this year, this way for years.
Yeah, you know, and I agree with Mike, it would be nice to be like in the current year instead of always, you know, at the end of the year being behind and trying to hurry up and figure things out. And I know 2 years ago, we were more than willing to couple, and we had to wait for the federal government to get their side figured out. And like, you know, now the federal side, it is permanent, so we have that taken care of, and now we just gotta figure things out on our state side.
It's a shell game for your government. Don't let anybody kid you. It is a way to manipulate where your ending balances will be for this year and for next year, and the money's going to come in eventually. It's just a matter of how we can budget. I would certainly like to think we would have the ability to couple. I will tell you that it will not be easy and it will not be early when the decision is made. So as you make your decisions through this year, keep that in mind. I think what motivated this, that got so loud, is the government pulled the rug out from under this past year. History says we were going to couple. History says that we have coupled. History says we would couple. We made those decisions, and all of a sudden, woof! Oh, I guess we're not going to do it in Iowa. And you're going, oh my God! And especially those that tend to be more tax savvy, you were aware of it immediately. Some folks didn't realize it till the middle of February when the tax preparer doing their taxes. Oh, by the way, you got $20,000 tax due from the state of Iowa. They're going, yeah, but I don't have the money.
Now they're gonna borrow.
Now they got to borrow money to pay the tax. That's really comfortable for a banker.
Yeah.
And so what we're telling you now is proceed with caution this year. Knowing right now in March, it may not be there. Personally, I'll do everything I can to get it to happen, get it consistent and watch that. Equipment today, and I don't care if you're a farmer or the tire shop, $25,000 isn't my much to me. And when they want the entire deductibility, it's because equipment is more expensive, and we need to move up to those levels. So I'd like to think that we are wise enough to find a way, again, you're talking about your government, to make that permanent the way the federal government. We'll have to
Yeah,
get-
it would be nice to know that in the 1st of November,
Oh, yeah.
that we are able to write this off as
Right.
opposed to depreciating it out.
Right.
Because not like we've already filed ours March 1st.
Yeah,
So we gotta go back to our
Yeah,
attorney and get this
taxes,
already done again
yeah.
and figured it, and it's like, okay, there's another expense to us to have this done because it wasn't taken care of before the time.
yeah. We always joke, we have a house member who's a lawyer who does taxes too, he's a tax preparer, so we always joke, you know, he's loving this because he has all these amended taxes.
I don't wanna go back and see the tax. It's like one time.
We always joke with Todd about that, we're like, oh, you're making money.